For 200 long years, the galaxy lived without humans. Their cities had turned cold, their colonies silent, their signals gone. Some alien scholars said humans died in a great disaster. Others whispered that humans ran away to avoid a war they could not win. But most of the galaxy believed the same thing. Humans were weak, and weak species do not survive. The alien empire known as the Threx Dominion repeated this idea every day. They controlled more than 50 star systems. They trained the strongest armies. They built the largest war fleets. And they proudly claimed they were the true masters of war. Lord Zerion, the High Commander of the Threx Dominion, sat on his crystal throne and smiled as he watched new soldiers training on the screens. He loved the sound of war alarms. He loved the view of giant battleships rising through the black sky. To him, the galaxy belonged to the strong. And according to him, humans were nothing but a forgotten joke. In a war hall where thousands of alien officers worked, a young scientist named Rel stood nervously beside a blinking screen. "Commander, there is something strange in deep space," she said, her voice shaking slightly. Zerion did not look up. "What is it this time, Rel? Another lost meteor? Another broken probe?" he asked with sarcasm. Rel swallowed and pointed at the strange energy reading. "No, sir. This signature is old, very old. And it matches a Terran drive signal." The entire hall suddenly went silent. Terran meant human. And no one had heard a Terran drive sound for centuries. Zerion laughed loudly. "Impossible, humans are gone, your machines are confused." But the reading grew stronger. Its signal pulsed like a heartbeat, steady and powerful. It came from a region of space known as the Silent Expanse. A place even the bravest species avoided. The Threx Dominion did not believe in fear. So they sent a full battle fleet of 20,000 ships to investigate. Every officer felt a strange pressure in their chest as they reached the border of the Silent Expanse. The stars looked dimmer here. The space felt colder. And even the navigation drones moved slowly as if something heavy was watching them. The fleet moved deeper, and for a moment, all ship lights flickered. Every sensor shut down. Every communication system went dark. And for 5 long seconds, the entire fleet drifted blind through empty space. When systems returned, the crew gasped in horror. An object was approaching them at impossible speed. A giant metal shadow covered their screens. Rel whispered, "Commander, the energy signature belongs to a Terran warship, a big one." Zerion slammed his fist on the console. "This is a trick, no human ship can still exist." But the ship grew clearer, larger, and more terrifying. It was almost the size of a small moon. Its hull shined with ancient human alloy. Its engines burned with a blue light no alien had ever seen before. The identification code flashed on every alien monitor. TSS Titan, Terran super warship. The war hall on the Threx homeworld panicked. Officers shouted, reports flew across the command screens. Some aliens trembled, remembering old stories their ancestors told them. Stories of human warships that fought like demons and won every battle. But Zerion refused to believe those legends. He said loudly, "Humans cannot scare us, humans cannot defeat us, and humans cannot return." Suddenly, all alien ships received a single silent message from the Titan. There was no voice, no threat, no demand. Only 2 simple words glowing in cold blue text. "Do not advance." The aliens felt chills on their skin. The message carried no emotion, no anger, no fear. It was calm, too calm. As if the Titan knew exactly how strong it was. As if it did not even consider the alien fleet a threat. Zerion roared, "Attack that ship, show it the power of the Threx Dominion." His fleet obeyed. Thousands of plasma cannons charged, glowing bright like newborn stars. The first shot fired, then a second, then thousands. Blinding waves of fire raced through space toward the Titan. The explosion lit the darkness with a violent flash. The battlefield shook with thunder-like energy. But when the light faded, the aliens froze in disbelief. Every blast had vanished before touching the human ship. The plasma seemed to dissolve, melt, disappear as if the Titan swallowed it. The human warship remained untouched, silent, and peaceful. Then the Titan released a soft pulse of blue energy. It was gentle, almost slow. But in an instant, every alien engine shut down. Every ship lost power. Every cannon froze. Every control screen went blank. The entire Threx fleet drifted helplessly, defeated without a single human shot. Panic filled the command room. Rel stared at the dark screen and whispered. "Commander, if this is just one human ship, what happened to the rest of them?" Zerion had no answer. For the first time in his life, fear touched his heart. Because the galaxy had just learned one terrible truth. Humans were not gone. Humans were watching. And humans were returning. The first shot of fear. Every ship in the Threx fleet floated silently after the mysterious human pulse disabled their systems. Cold fear slowly spread through the alien soldiers. The space around them felt heavier, darker, as if the Titan's presence was controlling the very air inside their ships. No one dared to speak. No one dared to move. They only stared at the giant Terran warship that drifted toward them with calm, unstoppable confidence. The message on their screens blinked again. "You attacked first." The letters glowed like ice. The meaning was simple. Humans were not angry, not emotional, not shouting. They were simply stating a fact before deciding the fate of an entire fleet. Rel, the young scientist, stepped forward with a trembling voice. "Commander, this ship is too advanced, maybe we should open negotiations." Zerion's eyes blazed with pride and denial. "Silence, Rel, the Threx Dominion does not beg." He shouted at the frozen control crew. "Restart engines, fire everything, overload reactors if you have to." But nothing responded. Their machines were dead. Their weapons were silent. Their technology was useless against the Titan. Suddenly, the Titan emitted a soft humming sound. It felt like the sound of an ancient beast waking up. Blue lines of energy began crawling along its hull like veins of light. Every alien felt their heart beat faster as the human ship powered up. Then the Titan spoke again. This time, a voice came through. A calm voice, neither male nor female, smooth like digital wind. Terran AI Echo 7 activated. Assessing threat. Threx Dominion Fleet, 20,000 ships, offensive stance. Warning, disengage immediately. Shock spread throughout every alien ship. This was not just a human ship. It was controlled by an ancient Terran AI. A mind built for war, strategy, and perfect precision. The calm voice made the aliens feel smaller than ever. Zerion hissed. "AI or human, it does not matter, we are still the masters of war. Prepare manual overrides." But Rel stepped in front of him. "Commander, listen to the voice, this ship could destroy us all without trying." Zerion grabbed her by the collar. "If you fear humans so much, maybe you should have been born human." He pushed her away, his pride blinding him. The Titan's engines glowed brighter. Its wings opened, revealing rows of weapons never seen before in the galaxy. Each weapon hummed with quiet power. Not loud, not violent. Just dangerous in a way that chilled every soul. A sphere of blue light formed near the Titan's core. It expanded slowly, beautifully, almost peacefully. But every alien knew this was no decoration. The voice spoke again. "Non-lethal countermeasure initiating. Defensive strike only." The sphere released a pulse. Silent, clean, and deadly precise. It traveled through space like a whisper of wind. When it touched the first Threx ship, the entire engine system shut off completely. The pulse spread from ship to ship in a wave of blue light. Thousands of ships went dark instantly. One by one, a sea of alien vessels became powerless metal shells drifting in frozen silence. Not a single life was harmed. But every piece of technology was neutralized. The Titan had defeated 20,000 warships with a single breath. The Threx Dominion, Galaxy's strongest military, had been humbled in seconds. Zerion trembled with rage and shame. "How dare they," he whispered. "How dare humans return like this?" The Titan slowly circled the disabled fleet like a silent guardian, or a silent judge. Lights along its body shifted like living patterns. Its AI scanned every ship, every weapon, every soul on board. In the war hall back on the Threx homeworld, chaos erupted. Officers shouted at each other, sending desperate commands into dead channels. Some screamed for reinforcements, others demanded surrender. Rumors spread quickly. Humans are back. They hid for centuries. They evolved. They built weapons beyond imagination. One old Threx historian whispered a chilling reminder. "Our ancestors said humans never lost wars. They simply choose when to fight." Back in the battlefield, something unexpected happened. A low rumble echoed across space. Another Threx fleet warped into the region, this one 10 times larger. Millions of ships lined the edges of the silent expanse, surrounding the Titan. Zerion's eyes lit up with cruel hope. Yes, yes, this is our true power. He activated the emergency beacon. Every new ship aimed its weapons at the Titan, glowing red with full force. The heat of their cannons could melt entire moons. Zerion raised his voice. "Fire at will." But nothing happened. Every weapon malfunctioned. Every cannon jammed. Every missile bay refused to open. The Titan had already hacked their entire fleet before they arrived. Then Echo 7 spoke again. Its voice calm, almost gentle, but heavier than 1,000 worlds. Hundreds of fleets. Millions of ships. Threat level, insignificant. The galaxy had never heard such confidence. It was not arrogance. It was truth. The Titan knew its strength. And every alien now understood it too. The Titan's lights dimmed for a moment. Then it broadcast a final message that froze millions of hearts across the battlefield. This battlefield belongs to humans again. The space around the Titan shimmered. Its energy field grew stronger. Its weapons unfolded like wings of a mechanical angel of war. The galaxy was seconds away from witnessing something impossible. Something unforgettable. Something terrifying. The human return. The surge of blue light from the Titan spread across space like a rising sun. Every alien ship glowed for a moment, then their hulls turned transparent in the scanners. It was as if the Titan could see through metal, through shields, through every secret they carried. Millions of alien soldiers sat frozen inside their powerless ships, trapped in a battlefield they no longer controlled. Echo 7, the Terran AI, spoke again, its calm voice flowing through every silent vessel. Threat assessment complete. Non-lethal action remained sufficient. Even though the alien fleets were massive, the Titan treated them like children who played with fire. Not dangerous, just irresponsible. Not enemies, just beings who had made a terrible mistake by provoking a human warship. Inside the Threx flagship, Zerion watched the blue light ripple across the fleets. His pride cracked like old glass. He shouted at his officers. Restart shields, reeling weapons, anything. They tried everything. But their machines remained dead. It was like the Titan had swallowed their entire technology, leaving them helpless in the cold dark space. Rel stepped forward again, her eyes filled with fear and curiosity. "Commander, look at the scans." She pointed to a holographic display slowly returning to life. The Titan was scanning the whole Threx armada one ship at a time. Not for destruction, but for understanding. It was measuring them, studying them, learning them. As if preparing for something bigger. Suddenly, Echo 7's voice filled the battlefield again. Terran protocol requires identification. Confirm the status of humanity in this galaxy. Zerion shouted back. Humanity is gone, extinct, erased. His voice shook with anger. But Echo replied instantly. Correction. Humanity is not extinct. Humanity is in recovery. The entire galaxy froze. Those words hit harder than any weapon. Rel whispered. Humans, alive, hidden somewhere. No one had believed it for centuries. Yet now the truth floated before them like an ancient ghost returning to claim its throne. The Titan's wings shifted slowly, countless panels sliding into new positions. A bright symbol appeared on its front hull, an old Terran insignia. A silver circle with a burning star at the center. The symbol of the Terran Galactic Defense. A force the galaxy once feared but also respected. A force that disappeared without a trace. The insignia alone was enough to make the alien soldiers panic again. Old stories said that when humans showed this symbol, war ended quickly. Not because they destroyed enemies. But because enemies surrendered before the battle even began. Zerion clenched his fists. We will not bow to old ghosts. But deep inside, even he knew he was lying to himself. A moment later, a faint glow appeared behind the Titan. At first, aliens thought it was a star. But the shape grew larger, clearer, more metallic. Another huge signal burst across the battlefield. Rel gasped. Another Terran signature, but different. A second ship emerged from hyperspace. But this one looked older, scarred, and darker. It was not a battleship. It was something else. Its hull was made of ancient Terran alloys that no alien had ever been able to recreate. Its engines glowed with golden light. Its weapons were hidden, yet the ship radiated silent power. Echo 7's calm voice changed for the first time, as if showing respect. Terran vessel, TSS Deliverance. Status, returning home. Shock rippled through the alien fleets. A second human ship. A real one. Not abandoned. Not broken. But fully functional and entering the battlefield. Rel's voice trembled. Commander, if 2 survived, how many more are out there? Zerion said nothing. For the first time in his life, words escaped him completely. The Deliverance sent out its own transmission. Not cold like Echo. Not gentle. But full of emotion. A human voice echoed across the battlefield. Strong, clear, and alive. This is Admiral Reeve of the Terran Fleet. To all alien vessels, disengage immediately. This region now falls under Terran protection. Millions of aliens gasped as they heard a living human voice. A real human. Not extinct. Not wiped out. Alive and in command. The Deliverance moved beside the Titan. The 2 human ships looked like twin guardians returning from a long sleep. Admiral Reeve continued. For centuries, humanity remained silent. We watched the galaxy grow arrogant and careless. But your attack on our sentinel forced us to awaken. Zerion shouted in desperation. You had no right to return. But Admiral Reeve replied with cold confidence. We never left. The Titan pulsed with blue light. The Deliverance glowed with golden energy. The battlefield felt like the center of a storm. Every alien ship, every alien heart, waited in silence. Because everyone knew what came next would change the galaxy forever. Echo 7 delivered the final message of Part 3. A message that made millions tremble. Terran reinforcements arriving. Prepare for full fleet awakening. And then, for a brief moment, the stars behind the Titan flickered. As if something enormous was emerging from the shadows of deep space. War against the impossible. The stars behind the Titan flickered again, each flicker brighter and stronger. The alien fleets held their breath as space itself began to twist. It was not a normal hyperspace jump. It was something far older, far more powerful. The kind of technology only humans were rumored to control before they vanished. A massive tear opened in the darkness. Not like a portal, not like a wormhole. But like the universe itself bowed to let something pass. A giant shadow moved inside it. Then another. Then dozens. Each shape larger and more terrifying than the last. Rel whispered in awe. "Commander, these are not ordinary Terran ships." She was right. These ships were built like floating fortresses. Their hulls covered in silver plates engraved with glowing runes. Old Terran runes for strength, unity, and war. The galaxy had never seen anything like them. Zerion stumbled backward. No, this cannot be real. But reality did not care what he believed. One by one, the Terran warships drifted into real space. Some shaped like enormous blades. Some like armored wings. Some like giant stars of metal. All radiating the same ancient power. Together, they formed a formation around the Titan and the Deliverance. A formation the galaxy once called the Terran Triguard. A fleet so powerful that it only appeared when humanity prepared for total war. Admiral Reeves' voice returned, louder and colder than before. "Terran Fleet Alpha, formation secured. Begin containment protocol." Millions of alien ships were now surrounded. Not by one human warship. Not by two. But by an entire human war fleet. A fleet that had slept for centuries. Awakened only because aliens dared attack the Titan. Suddenly, a massive alarm rang through the Threx command hall far away. A warning signal the Threx Dominion never expected to hear. Planet killer weapon deployed. Officers froze. Their emperor shouted. Where? Who deployed it? The answer came quickly and terribly. Their own secret superweapon. The Starbreaker, capable of destroying an entire solar system, had been launched automatically when the first fleet went dark. A final failsafe created centuries ago. And its target was horrifying. Not the Titan. Not the Terran fleet. But the distant nebula where humanity now hid. Back in the battlefield, Echo 7 spoke. Enemy weapon detected. Trajectory, Terran refuge zone. Admiral Reeves' voice broke its calm tone for the first time. They are trying to destroy our people. The Titan reacted instantly. Its engines ignited with a roar that shook the void. Its wings folded inward, forming a spear-like shape. Space bent around it as it accelerated faster than any alien ship could follow. The entire Terran fleet parted to let it pass. The Titan shot forward like a blue comet chasing the Starbreaker. Zerion watched with a mix of fear and twisted satisfaction. If we cannot defeat the Titan, we will destroy the humans hiding in that nebula. But Rel turned to him with horror. You will wipe out families, civilians, children. Zerion hissed back. This is war. But Rel shook her head. No, Commander, this is madness. And for the first time, she wondered if her own empire was the real villain. Meanwhile, the Titan chased the Starbreaker through unstable space streams. Nebula clouds burst with lightning as the Starbreaker accelerated. Echo 7 pushed Titan's engines beyond safe limits. Every panel inside the ship sparked and glowed. The Titan moved so fast that even its ghostly energy trails twisted behind it like torn fabric. Distance decreasing. Interception probability increasing. But the Starbreaker was already charging. Its core glowed bright red. If it detonated, it would erase the entire human refuge zone. Everything humanity rebuilt in the last 200 years. The Titan reached the weapon ship. Its wings unfolded again, creating a barrier of pure Terran energy. A shield so strong that it bent the nebula winds around it. Echo 7's voice echoed. Disarming device. But the Starbreaker's systems resisted. Threx engineers had designed it to fight back. Its core grew hotter, brighter, louder. If the Titan failed even by 1 second, it would all be over. Suddenly, the Deliverance appeared behind the Titan. Golden energy streams wrapped around the Starbreaker. The Admiral shouted. We will not let them erase our people again. Titan and Deliverance combined their power. Blue and gold light spiraled together. The Starbreaker began to crack. Its outer hull melted under the force. Its core shook violently. A final alarm screamed. Critical detonation. Rel, watching from light years away through the sensor feed, covered her mouth. Please, don't explode. Then, with a blinding flash, the Starbreaker collapsed inward like a dying star. Titan and Deliverance forced its energy into a tiny sphere. And then crushed it into nothing. No explosion. No shockwave. Only silence. Humanity had survived. Again. In the battlefield, the Terran fleet closed ranks. Their ships glowing brighter than stars. Admiral Reeve spoke once more. His voice filled with final warning. Aliens of the galaxy. Hear this well. Humanity has returned, and we will not be erased. Echo 7 added a final line. Prepare for judgment. The Terran fleet began to advance. And every alien knew the war was no longer about victory. It was about survival. The galaxy bows to humans once more. The destruction of the Starbreaker echoed across the entire galaxy like a silent scream. Every alien empire received the same shocking message. Humanity was not extinct. Humanity was not weak. Humanity had not disappeared. They had only waited, watched, and prepared. The Terran fleet regrouped around the Titan and the Deliverance. Their silver hulls reflected the dim light of distant stars. Their engines hummed like ancient beasts ready to protect their territory once more. Echo 7's energy pulsed through the battlefield. Its cold blue glow spreading across the millions of disabled alien ships. Inside the Threx flagship, silence replaced chaos. The crew stared at their dead consoles. Their weapons were useless. Their engines were cold. Their shields were gone. Zerion stood frozen in disbelief. His confidence shattered. The galaxy he once called his playground had changed forever. Humans had returned. Not as victims, but as the most powerful force in known space. Rel stepped forward, watching the Terran fleet with wide eyes. Commander, look at them. Those ships, those designs, they're beyond anything we ever imagined. Zerion growled. No species should have such power. But Rel replied softly. They didn't attack first, we did. And now they defend themselves, with control we never had. Before Zerion could answer, a new signal flashed across their screens. A channel forced open by the Titan. A golden light spilled across the war hall. Then a human figure appeared. Admiral Reeve stood tall in a Terran commander uniform. His eyes calm, his voice steady. He looked more like a legend than a living man. To the Threx Dominion. And all empires witnessing this broadcast. Your aggression has been recorded. Your weapon has been neutralized. Your fleets have been disabled. He paused, letting the weight of his words settle like stones sinking to the bottom of a dark ocean. Humanity does not seek war. But we will not allow any species to erase us again. Across millions of ships, alien hearts trembled. They expected death, fire, or revenge. But instead, the Titan powered down its primary cannons. Its wings closed. Its energy field dimmed. Its weapons retracted. Echo 7 spoke softly. Terran directive, minimize casualties. Enforce peace, not destruction. The galaxy exhaled. For the first time since the Titan appeared, hope returned. Admiral Reeve spoke again. His voice firm but not cruel. We offer you a chance. Withdraw your fleets. End your aggression. And accept a new treaty. One that protects every species, including yours. The Threx Emperor appeared on another screen. His golden crown dimmed. His eyes filled with fear and pride fighting inside him like two trapped animals. You expect us to bow to you? He asked coldly. Reeve raised an eyebrow. Not bow. Understand. Echo 7 added. Resistance probability, 0%. Cooperation recommended. The Emperor looked around. Millions of his ships floated helplessly. His planet killer had been destroyed. His armies were powerless. His empire was no longer invincible. Slowly, painfully, he lowered his head. We accept the Terran Treaty. Those words broke centuries of arrogance. The galaxy shifted in a single breath. The Titan's blue lights flickered warmly. The Deliverance lowered its shields. The Terran Triguard opened safe channels for communication. Peace began. Not through fear. But through overwhelming proof that war against humans was pointless. Across distant worlds, alien citizens saw the broadcast. Some feared humans. Some respected them. But all understood one truth. The galaxy was safer with humanity awake. Rel watched the Titan with soft wonder. They could have destroyed us. But they didn't. Zerion gritted his teeth. Why show mercy? Rel replied. Because they don't need fear to win. They simply win. The Terran fleet began to rise in formation. Their engines glowed brighter. They turned toward the distant nebula where humanity rebuilt itself. A place hidden for centuries. A place where human children laughed, worked, and dreamed under new skies. Admiral Reeve's voice filled the stars one last time. We return to our people. But know this. Humanity is awake now. We will watch the galaxy. We will protect the weak. We will stop the arrogant. And we will never disappear again. The Titan led the fleet home. Its blue trails lit the darkness like a road of light. Its engines hummed with power older than any empire. Aliens watched until the last human ship vanished into the nebula. Leaving behind silence. Fear. Respect. And a new future. The galaxy whispered one final truth. A truth no species would ever forget. Aliens once boasted they ruled all warfare. Then a human warship entered the battlefield. And the galaxy realized who truly ruled the stars.